Right, do you know what assault means, basically, in layman's terms?
No.
Attempted murder.
Don't have my dad be arrested. Don't let him go to jail. This is how I could hurt you. Like, couldn't you stop me? Can you stop me? At this point, my son came in crying and screaming.
Would it surprise you if your son made statements about seeing this altercation? He tried to cut me up.
On November 18, 2022, officers were called to speak to a wife about an altercation between her husband and herself. She told him that she wants a divorce, and this is what she said happened next.
Alright, how can I help you? What is the latest thing that happened?
Um, so the most recent was last night.
Around what time?
It was like around 8. Around 7:45, 8 o'clock. And from the beginning. Me and my husband are going through I just filed for divorce.
You're going through separation right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically, we've been separated since May
Okay.
of this year. Um, we also have a domestic violence case between the both of us where he was ordered to stay so many feet away from us due to the nature of what took place last night, which was him taking out a knife and basically reiterating that if he wanted to kill me, he could have, or if he wanted to hurt me, he could have. And he proceeded to, I don't know what terminology you would use, but he took his forearm and pinned it against my chest.
So you wrap his arm around his chest?
No, the first incident last night, it was a force to push me back over the kitchen sink.
Oh, with his arm?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was holding me down with one with his knife raised up in his other hand, and just basically, I guess you could say taunting.
Was he like moving, the moving motion?
Just like, oh, I'll show you. I can do this. I can do this.
Alright, so he pushed you, you fell to the ground, or against the wall.
Sink.
Okay.
He had me pinned
Against
the
the
kitchen sink.
Okay.
Um,
So with one arm and the other one, he was like making it seem. What was he saying?
it was just like, oh, if I wanted to hurt you, this is how I could hurt you. Like, couldn't you stop me? Can you stop me? So it's just like, okay, Paul, you made your point, whatever. And crazy me, he was highly intoxicated at this point, and I should have just left well enough alone, but
He what? I'm sorry.
I should have just left it alone, but I didn't. Um, I proceeded to try and get the knife from him because he was unstable. And the last time this happened,
You tried to get a knife from him?
yes,
Okay.
I had no shoes on, so I didn't have grip on the tile. So I slipped into him trying to get the knife away from him. He pulled me by my hair.
Why? When you were down?
While yeah,
Well, you were on the floor.
basically, I wouldn't say that I was on the floor. I was trying to gather myself back up when he pulled me by the hair.
Okay.
And at that time, we like kind of struggled with each other. All I remember is he pulled my hair, and I fell down to the ground, but he kind of swooped me up and started to choke me. And
With both his hands or with his?
I don't know if it was like he was holding me with his arms, but I felt like pressure.
Do you think he was putting your neck over here in this area?
I
If I were to say pretend that there's a neck right here, he kind of wrapped his arm around like this, maybe.
Yeah, but it had like some extra force behind it. Because all I know is for about 5 to 10 seconds, it felt like the oxygen just was not coming.
Did you pass out at all?
I wouldn't say that I was near passing out.
But you didn't pass out at
I
all.
didn't pass out at all, thankfully. All I remember is he finally kind of released, and I went to grab for the phone that fell on the floor. I think that's why he released to try and grab his phone. I tried to grab his phone, not forgetting that he has a passcode, so I couldn't call out if I wanted to. It's a lot of gray areas within there because I was just trying to like just bring some calm down, I guess you can say, because my son was in the next room and he started to cry out. It's a lot in there that I don't
Okay.
really remember.
So you're saying that he pressed on your neck
Yeah.
enough
I
that
don't know if you
you
can see it's a little mark here, and it hurts like crazy, but all in here.
I don't see any. You got like a little bruise over
Yeah.
here, but it looks old.
No, that's from last night.
Do you have a phone on you so you can take a picture of that really quick so I can show you?
And then when I went to work today, the teacher that I worked with, she said she saw something right in here. And they just hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the light on you really quick to make sure. See. Yeah, it looks old to me. It's not a mark. It's just like a. You know how you cut yourself? Like I don't even know how many cuts. Like this. This
Yeah.
was my dog from yesterday, but you have a puncture wound, but that's like cover and layer
Yeah.
already, skin already gone over it. That's what it looks like.
Because it wasn't like he was trying to completely take me out. It was just more of a, if I wanted to kill you, I could kill you.
Right.
Like,
But you almost passed out. Did you pee in your pants or anything like that, or did
so
you?
this morning,
Is it hard to swallow?
it's not hard to swallow. It does kind of hurt to, it hurt to talk this morning. Like,
But it's not hard to swallow.
it's not hard to swallow. It's hard kind of catching my breath every now and then. Like if I'm really afraid to close my eyes because I just like this feeling comes over me. I don't know how to explain it. I've never experienced anything of the sort. The only thing I could say is like coming up from anesthesia is what it felt like. If I could relate it to something else, like I feel disconnected from my body at the moment. Like I talked to the nurse and I told her
Okay. So let me ask you this. So he was intoxicated. For no reason, he started arguing with you?
we were talking about the case, the holiday coming up,
Just your
just
situation, just your divorce in general.
yeah, and
And that's set up
emotions got high.
that set up an argument.
Yeah.
Okay. So I set up an argument, and so at which point he pushes you against the sink and then starts moving with the knife, kind of moving it around. If I wanted to kill you, I would kill you. After that, he let you go. You proceed to take the knife away from him. You fall. Then he grabs you by the hair and kind of is pulling you. And then he grabs you from behind, and then somehow he squeezes your neck.
Yeah.
You're thinking that he put his arm around you and put it in between his bicep and his forearm. Is that correct? And then is he squeezing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like
Do you know where his hand is at?
he had to pick me up with his left arm because it felt like his right hand was like holding me between here and here. He's got big hands.
So you felt like a hand?
Yeah.
So you think it was both maybe?
I
Let
think
me
so.
see. And so what happened after that?
Um, I struggled to
Get away from him?
out. Um, I kind of put my chin down to kind of break out of it. It didn't really work. 'Cause I was tired at that point. I tried to grab his phone that fell on the ground, and at this point, my son came in crying and screaming. I think that kind of got his attention to like chill out. And from there, I told him to get out and go outside because I didn't want him in the house.
I'm sorry, the radio was loud. So after the knife, you took the knife and he struggled you. You try to get out from him. You say you try to push him away, or
From the knife,
from no when he.
from the yeah, I tried to break away from him. I was struggling on the floor. He was up above me from behind still. But then my
So
son
he was like almost like this.
hovering over
Oh
me.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then you try to get away from him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then what happened after that? No, you could take your time.
So as I'm struggling to try and get to his phone, he hovered over me. He grabbed the phone from out of my hand. And that's when my son came in and started to cry hysterically, trying to like just just say stop. I opened the door. I told him he has to get out. So he walked outside. I locked him out in the screen door, and it was just like, well, I have no place to go, and you know I have no place to go. You're just gonna keep kick me out. I told him your aunt lives right down the street here. She lives in the same complex as us, and he just refused to go anywhere. Me and my mom were on the phone, because she called me to tell me something. I just answered the phone. She was listening to what was going on. He was walking around just saying, I was just playing. I was just playing. It's just a joke. You can't take a joke. I understand I'm a little bit tougher than you. I'm a little tougher than you.
Okay. Did you call the police after that?
I didn't.
Okay.
One, I was really tired. Two, the other thing that was on my brain was trying to do my homework. Um, but mostly because I was just really tired. Like talking right now,
Okay.
it's exhausting.
So talking is exhausting. No pain when you swallow.
It's not no pain, but it's not like
It doesn't hurt when you swallow. Does it hurt?
just a tiny bit. It's not like how a real sore throat would feel.
I know I'm
But
gonna ask you some weird question. Did
my
you like?
face felt swollen this
Yeah,
morning, which
yeah,
is what prompted me to
yeah.
come.
Did you throw up at all?
I didn't throw up, but I have felt nauseous. There's the sense of wanting to vomit. As far
Did
as
you
like
did you pee or defecate on yourself?
urination is like this morning.
No, I'm talking about the
It,
moment. At the moment.
at the moment, I think I did urinate a little bit because I went to the bathroom later on and my underwear there were signs of urination, but I didn't
Okay.
think about it at the time.
Okay. At any point, did when he was holding knife with his hand, did he kind of move his hand towards you with the knife?
Yes.
He did.
It was more of a under.
So like this. Okay.
Yeah.
And how did that make you feel?
I was scared. I
Okay.
mean,
Scared for your life?
when he took it, I'm sorry.
You,
Oh, it's me more. Oh, when he just took it. Every time he takes it out. I mean, now, every time I see a knife.
do you know what color the knife was? I'm sorry. I know I'm asking you a lot of
It's okay.
questions.
It's okay. It's like a generic.
Is it
Um,
like a kitchen knife or is it
it's
just
not a kitchen
pocket
knife.
knife?
It's a pocket knife.
What color is it?
It's like a silver, rusted silver color.
Rusted silver. And so he kept moving around and just kind of waving it close to your body, sort of like in a stabbing motion. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure I kind of get the picture correctly, and I wasn't there, so I keep
Yeah.
asking you. So I'm sorry.
You're okay.
So he kind of did this and kind of making a stabbing motion towards your body. Okay. You said that your kid came out, and when he came out, what did he witness any like?
So, and I think you see the latter part of me trying to get the phone, but he was more so concerned about me calling the police and having his dad arrested. Because all he said
Clear.
was, "Don't have my dad go to jail. Please don't make him go to jail."
Who said that?
My son,
How old is he?
he's 6,
Okay.
and
He don't. He said don't.
don't don't have my dad be arrested. Don't let him go to jail. His dad was outside, basically just taunting and just saying,
So he came as you were trying to grab as he was trying to grab the phone from you.
mm-hmm,
Okay.
mm-hmm.
But at that point, was he holding you at all, or
No, he had,
no? He was just trying to get the phone from you. That's it. But he didn't witness any of the violence with a knife or the strangulation or anything. Okay.
no.
Right now, he's just basically staying from place to place. He's not living in a certain place.
He's been staying with us because he got kicked out of wherever he was at his cousin's house.
And you said that he's not supposed to be around you guys.
He's not.
What makes you say that?
Because I took out a TPO, but his bond, whatever we call it,
Bond condition.
yeah, those stipulated that basically the same as the TPO. He wasn't supposed to be with it. And I
And the
told him,
TPO is active.
I don't think it's active anymore because I called my lawyer and asked her what to do to have it removed because he was back home.
Do you mind removing your mask? I just want to see really quick. Can you raise your neck a little bit up? Okay. I'm sorry if this happened next time. Please give us a call. It's important because you could have gotten hurt, especially if he was intoxicated and God knows what he could have done. All right then. I'm sorry.
The officers decided to surprise the suspect at his job. Here's how that went.
So here's the plan. We turn the corner, we're gonna throw you at it. Yeah. So, later, step in my office, pretty sure it'll be first. As soon as he steps in, just so you know. Yes, sir. Yeah, just gonna put your hands behind your back. What is it, bro? You got warrants.
That was literally the only question he asked and was silent all the way to jail. A few days later, we were able to get the suspect's side of the story. Here's how that went.
Hey, I'm Detective Chaplin, this is Detective Cook. We're here to talk to you about your case. So before we do that, I'm just going to read you your rights because you're already in custody. You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand each of these rights as I've explained them to you? And having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
Yeah, talk to you.
Okay. So I want to talk to you about what happened. So can you walk me through what happened?
Actually, really, I don't even freaking know.
Okay. So she's saying something about like y'all got into an argument. There might have been a knife involved. I think your son was possibly around. Does that ring any bells? Anything like that? You guys are arguing about getting a divorce.
She been telling me about we were getting a divorce and all that stuff, but I don't remember arguing about anything. I remember playing with her one night, and I just went on upstairs and went to bed.
Okay, well, how'd you play with her?
We tussled a little bit, then we like, all right. I went on to bed.
Do you have any bruises or any scratches on yourself or anything like that?
No, not as I know of. I work a physical job, so I wouldn't really notice it.
Sure.
When did this take place, this playing around?
I don't even recall.
This would have been earlier this month, I believe. I don't have the exact date right here in front of me, but she's saying you came over to the residence. You guys got into some sort of argument about a divorce, and then y'all started arguing near the kitchen sink. And that, like, while you guys were arguing, you had possibly picked up a knife, and I don't think you, like, tried to stab her or anything like that. I think you just might have grabbed something out of anger. And then after that, she's saying you guys tussled, and she ended up on the ground, and she ended up with some bruises on her neck. Do you know of anything that would have...
No, I stayed there.
Okay.
Sir, ma'am, I'm just getting out of the hospital. Like, when y'all was watching the Tennessee game, I was in the hospital. I was in there 8 days. Actually, it was longer than that. Because I went to Piedmont the week before. They sent me home. I wasn't feeling any better, so that Sunday I went to St. Mary's. And I stayed till that Sunday.
Gotcha.
Got out of the hospital, got my medication. You know, I'm still not 100%. I lost about 30 pounds now.
Ooh, dang.
I had some kind of rare form of pneumonia. So I'm in and out. I don't know what's going on. So no, that's the last thing on my mind is something crazy.
Okay. But y'all were hanging out. You guys have spent time together and all that.
Yeah, we hang out all the time.
Gotcha. But you know you're not supposed to be hanging out with her because you got that bone condition.
I understand that.
So, I'm just in the future, I mean, obviously, eventually, whenever you get out, I'd recommend keeping yourself away from that kind of situation.
She invited me. She comes to get me.
Yeah, but she can invite you, but you still can't. You know you're not supposed to be around her.
So you can still get charged with that, even if she invites you.
So she comes to pick me up.
Mm-hmm.
It's your responsibility. You're the one with the bond condition. How old's your son?
6.
Right. So when this altercation happened that she's alleging, would it surprise you if your son made statements about seeing this altercation?
I don't know.
So the important part for you, Mr. is, and honestly, we're trying to give you a chance here to dispel what's going on because you know what your charges are?
Somewhat.
Sorry?
As I said, somewhat.
Okay. What are they?
I seen it was aggravated assault.
Right. Do you know what that means?
I'm facing one now.
Right. Do you know what assault means, basically, in layman's terms?
No.
Attempted murder. That's what assault means.
Really?
Yes. I mean, you took a deadly weapon and attempted to kill someone. So, this is the chance where you get to tell us what happened, and you can either give us, because the problem is, the victim called police. She has bruises, she has marks, and we have multiple statements. Like I said, one from her, your son, 6, he still can talk, right? You've had conversations with him, right? If you're at the park and he sees the ducks, he can say, hey daddy, there's 6 ducks. Fair? I'm making that story up, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right? 6-year-olds can communicate. It's not like a 3-year-old. Okay? All right? So this is a chance where you either get to say, nope, I don't remember what you're talking about, didn't do nothing, and we just ride with her story. All right? Or you say, look, man, we did get into an argument, did lose control. Are y'all married? You're married, right? Because divorce. I don't want to be divorced. We've had a rough time. And I don't know what you're going to say. I'm just thinking in my head. You know, we had a rough time. She pissed me off. I picked up a knife. I did do that, but I did not attempt to stab her. I just held the knife close to her because I was angry. You know, that's one thing. But if we're going to go with the story of, I don't remember nothing, and then we go with your son, and then your wife makes statements of, he tried to kill me with that knife. He tried to cut me up. Who do we have to go with? See what I'm saying?
I understand that, but
You've been in the system before, right? You've done this before? Been arrested before, what I'm saying?
yeah.
All right. So you know how it looks, how evidence is presented, how juries sit there, how judges sit there. We're given the reason we're here. We could roll out, we could go back to the PD with the evidence we have, with the statements we have, with the pictures of the element, the bruises, the marks, with the knife. We could present that all to the jury right now and roll out, see if they want to give you 20 years. Because it's attempted murder. I don't know why we chose to call it aggravated assault, but that's basically what it is. All right? Or you could tell us your version of the story and explain it away. But at least then we can say to the jury, you know what? He was remorseful. He made a bad decision. He's not a bad man. But this story,
I had no knife.
I don't know what's going on.
I had no knife.
Then tell us what happened that night. But only honesty from this point is really going to help you, honestly, with the evidence that we have. From what's been said so far, from the pictures, from the bruises, from the medical report, things of this nature.
From the bruises in the medical report.
Yeah.
Sir, couldn't that come from a car wreck? She was just in a car wreck like 2-3 days
So
ago.
she's got some bruising on the underside of her neck right here. And the other part of the aggravated assault charge is there's a strangulation element, which essentially that just means
You put your hands around her neck and compressed her airway. Which normally happens when you're angry. And if you didn't do that, maybe you say, Detective Cook, I did put my hands around her neck, but I didn't strangle her. I was pissed off and I was just holding her. You know, something of that nature. But at least these things, we can address it and we can go from there. But this story of, I didn't do it, it was a car wreck. Come on, man. You ain't dumb.
Well,
Ain't nobody buying that.
I don't know what happened. I'll see a lawyer. Because I don't know what's going on with that.
alright, fair enough.
All right, you can go. We'll ride out with the evidence we got.
The suspect was booked for 2 counts of aggravated assault, cruelty to children 3rd degree, and aggravated stalking. What do you think about this incident? Comment below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe for more.